There aren't many cars more recognizable than the new Subaru WRX STi. It's a rally-bred performance car that has been the vehicle of choice for many a die-hard enthusiast enthusiast since famed drivers Richard Burns and Colin McRae sent blue ones with gold wheels hammering through forests in the World Rally Championship back in the late 90s. Taking on the competition, back then it was called Impreza, but recent versions of the car have dropped that name and instead focused on WRX STi, the bits which hark back to proper motorsport pedigree. With that in mind, its arrival on performance, at least with the Volkswagen Golf R, BMW M135i and even the BMW M3. But while those cars are great all-rounders, the WRX STi is a different proposition. It's far more focused on simply being very quick from A to B. For that reason it's less comfortable, less luxurious and less forgiving, but much better at doing what it does best, demolishing broads in nearly any driving conditions. It's more practical than a lot of hatchbacks too, so it's got that in its favor. Turbo engine, four-wheel drive. Power comes from a 2.5-litre turbocharged petrol engine with horizontally opposed cylinders, something Subaru has become famous for using. It means the engine is thinner and thus can be mounted lower in the car, so the center of gravity is as low as possible for optimum handling. Again, harking back to the firm's traditions, a four-wheel drive system is installed so the engine's 296 bhp and 407 Nm are fed to the tarmac as effectively as possible. There are several features installed to allow the driver to adjust the car's handling as required at the flick of a switch. You can read more about these in the handling section of this review. Of course, the upshot of this performance-based setup is that running costs are comparatively gigantic. Fuel economy of a claimed 27.2 miles per gallon if you're lucky, and CO2 emissions of 242 gkm mean really going to have to make a case for this car rather than relying on simply soaking up the big bills. It's certainly never going to make it as a viable company car, either. Interior improved, thankfully. It's plain to see Subaru has done a lot of work to make the cabin feel a higher quality environment. There are new soft-touch plastics, new race-inspired bucket seats, and there's actually a fair bit of kit on offer here too, though it's all a bit last year compared to its rivals in this respect. Optional extras are limited to a built-in sat-nav system, which we'd avoid anyway. It's woefully slow and doesn't work in direct sunlight as you can't see the screen. Should you buy one? The chances are, if considering it, you've probably already decided. This is going to be a low-volume model for Subaru and will appeal to a certain sort of car buyer who knows exactly what they want. It can't hold a candle to the likes of the Golf R as an all-rounder, but on the right day and the right route there isn't much out the quicker. The fact that it's £4,000 cheaper than the previous model goes even further towards sweetening the deal. Read on for a full Subaru WRX STi review.